My name is Ruth Rosura, and I am a second year at Cal State USB. I am the third child of four. I have two sisters, older, and I have a little brother. I live away from home, so I have my own apartment in San Bernardino because I come from Chino, California, and that has been one of the things that has made me a better person in becoming not like becoming more responsible and becoming dependent within myself. I come from a Hispanic household, so that was definitely hard for my parents for me to like own up to moving out and pursuing my education. But they're supporting me, and that's like something that I am very grateful for. But that's like about me, about my personal life. And Humanities 187 is definitely one of my all-time favorite courses that I had this quarter and quarters previous to that, simply because of Kelly. Like, she is an amazing person, and at first, yeah, she does seem like a little like too like she wants everything right, or like the type of professor, but she honestly just wants to make us a good educator. And a very like so many educators nowadays like don't even want to be educators. I'm like, why are you doing something that you don't love? You know what I mean? And like, I learned so much about myself in this course that this is what I want. And I know it's not easy, and I know that I'm going to come across challenges and stuff, but I know that this is definitely something that I want for myself, and becoming an educator is definitely still my goal. And I also learned about like the ways that different children have of learning, and I thought that was very important and very um, amazing that Kelly had taught us that children, like, I knew that children learn different, but exactly like precise different ways and stuff, like I found that very interesting. And that was extra credit, you know what I mean? But there's things like that just like motivated me and like made me see that becoming an educator is definitely what I want. And I'm actually gonna study abroad this summer. I'm gonna go to South Korea, and I am going to have an internship in the Global Village. I'm gonna be teaching Koreans basic English, but I am definitely looking forward to that and giving back to my community in that sense, like coming back and like hopefully like even sharing my experience with other students. Like, it's my first time going like super far and even studying abroad, but I am really excited to do that, and excited to be able to contribute in so many different ways. Like, I have done community service as a after school program like teacher assistant, and that's actually like one of my life goals, is to like graduate college and go back to my after school program or like a different school, and just give back as an actual teacher, like an actual, because I seen like as a student going and doing my community service there, like I saw from the teachers there that they just didn't want to be there necessarily. It's just a paying job, but there's so much more to that, and I am very, very excited to just become an educator and influence different children's lives, because like you have mentioned before that you know I'm not only going to have one student in my classroom. There's going to be 25 to 30 students, and they all have a story, and they all have a home, and it's not just about school, you know what I mean? Like, they have parents and problems, and they face different challenges themselves, and there's cases where students are abused and stuff, and like that's the hard part but to deal with. But and that's like, I'm very sensitive, so like that's something that I know is going to be a challenge for me. But because of Humanities 187, like I've started to think about like, oh, like what can I do, or how can I react to this if this were to happen. And I have influencers that influence me, and why I want to be an educator. Her name is Miss Guerra, and she was my third grade teacher, and she was my all-time favorite teacher, and we just have this connection, and to this day we still have a very good connection. And she actually works for the district now, so she's in charge of like hiring teachers actually, and she knows that I'm going to school to become an educator, and she's so excited, and she tells me like, oh, I can't wait for you to graduate already and get your credentials and get your master's. And she has her doctorate, so she's like my inspiration. Like, she's someone that I looked up to so much, and the fact that she believes in me and has a strong like connection and like faith in that I'm gonna be a well educator is something that I really appreciate. But that's me, and I'm very excited for this journey and see what's yet to come.